Alright, so in this video, I was going to put this hub together. Figured out everything I needed to do. I got it all done on that side. I was going to move to this one. But as I was driving through the bank drive-through, depositing my check, I heard squealing coming from this tire, this wheel. So I stopped at my parents' house, got it checked out before I drove too far and had a brake lock up or something, and found out it's the dust shield that goes behind the wheel, between the wheel bearing and the steering knuckle. So I gotta get that done because that squealing's gonna drive me crazy. So join me and I'll tear it down, take that dust shield off as best as I can without pulling the wheel bearing off, and put it all back together. And then maybe we can work on that axle, but that'll be later. All right, so I got it all tore down, and this is what I'm talking about. So this is your wheel bearing assembly here on this truck. This thing that I'm moving right there is a heat shield that bolts up between your wheel bearing and your steering knuckle. That's got your ball joints and your tie rod in. And see this, it's all rusted and pretty easy to bend with your fingers. Well, it was riding on the inside of the rotor, squeaking. So I'm gonna take and, without taking the wheel bearing off, because it's still good, so I don't want to mess with it. I'm gonna get all these little pieces out of there so it won't squeak anymore. So this bracket's got slides in it like that the caliper bolts onto, so when it pinches these, it hits equally. This slide is not sliding, so I'm gonna have to take and heat this so I can get this slide to come out, and then I can clean it up and put some grease on it and put it back together. So I've taken the brake shoes out. I'm going to take this rubber boot off. Just ever so carefully. That way it doesn't get ripped. I'm doing this so when I apply heat to this area, it doesn't burn the boot off. Just like that, I saved the boot. And that's how you can get those apart. With them being hot as they are, I'm just gonna set them down there and let them cool off. I'll come back in a little bit. All right, so I went inside, let these cool off, so they're you can touch them, not get burned, work with them. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up and reuse them. You can slip the boot on after you get the pin cleaned up and the hole cleaned up and slip it all back together. The reason I'm doing it this way is because these pads still have life left in them. I want to wear them out before I buy new ones. It's not quite the 100% right way to do it. You can see the little dust boots, they're cracked bad on the caliper, but there's a ring back in behind those on those pistons that keep the fluid in, so nothing bad's gonna happen. But the right way to do it would be get a new caliper, and that new caliper usually comes with a new bracket. With the bracket, the slides, and everything. But with these pads, with life still left in them, I want to run them a little more. And next time I go to do brakes on the front end of this truck, I will have to do I'll have to do calipers too. Maybe rotors, or I might just have these turned. But we're gonna keep running what we've got because it's not quite wore out yet. So I get these cleaned up and get this put back together. Do that over again. Grease this up. There you go. Both slides work as they should. Now we can put these brake pads back in place. Let's put them in the right direction now. That all works. There you go. Now I can put this bracket back on. I'm going to set you back up the other way. These bolts are pretty important. They hold that whole brake assembly on. So you definitely want to put some Loctite on them. So that's just the sound of the brake pads hitting the rotor. We'll be able to put the wheel back on, get the lug nuts torqued up, and put the hubcap back on, and no more noise. So just a piece of steel that's rusted out. And just like that. Now when I go to back it out, I'll pump the brakes a couple times before I start moving. But that's it. That's for that job.